Izzy. The star with the arrow in it, is that Izzy or is that Tula? That's Izzy, right?
Izzy,
I can't remember.
The star is Izzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the star with the arrow is Izzy.
I forget
Somewhere I have a fucking I'd done a bunch of research. This was before I even started on YouTube. I did a whole bunch of research, and I still have a piece of paper in an old notebook somewhere where I went through, and for SKSs and most of the guns, I went down and wrote and even drew out the stampings and the markings and the dates so that I could easily identify an SKS or a Mosin at any time with that piece of paper. It had everything on there. If it was stamped here, or you like knew what factory it was from, what year it was from, like everything. Whether it was Finnish, Russian, Chinese, fucking whatever. I had gone through and done a bunch of fucking research, and that piece of paper is still floating around somewhere. I don't know where it's at. It's with my gun stuff somewhere, but this is my baby.
You should find that piece of paper and do a video about it.
I should. I just don't know where it's at. It would take some looking. If I could just pull it out right now, I would, but
no, you're good.
Please don't pull it out.
So we're doing a little gun show and tell here.
Yes.
Here's my number 1 Mark III that I picked up. And I just grabbed a couple of guns that are older that I've refinished that I put a little work into to show that Honda isn't the worst gunsmith in the world anymore.
You also know what,
them, but I'm not the worst.
Well, there fell one of my shotguns.
Hey, it didn't go off, so that's good.
Well, it's not loaded, so that's why it didn't fucking go off.
Yeah, this turned out pretty nice, don't you think?
Yeah, it did. Turned out real nice.
Like, this thing was in rough shape when I got it. I had to get a new firing pin. I had to get a new magazine for it. But, yeah, it turned out pretty nice. Refinished the wood, re-blued some shit on it. And maybe I shouldn't have re-blued, but I like the way it looks better when it just looks newer. You know what I mean? So, that's what I did with that one.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to balance guns here and shit, man. Fucking hell.
And then there's little Makarov that I picked up. I'm just going through some old guns. These are actually the last guns that I bought. All of these guns that I'm showing you guys. This thing's fucking cool, dude. I like it. Trigger's nice.
What you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get you some of them Bakelite red grips.
Yeah, I still need to do that.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
The black ones are cool, and I get them their factory, but the red ones look so much better.
Yeah.
Than the black ones do. So, personal opinion. I do love my Mac. My Mac is fucking awesome.
I like it just because of the story of how I got it.
Yes, I love it. I love the story how you got it. It was fucking great.
But actually shooting it and how I grip the gun, I freaking hate it because that safety rips the living shit out of my hand.
Really? Yeah. Doesn't bother me. I will say when I got mine, somebody had ground down the safety on it because I guess I assume they were carrying it. Assumption. I don't know. Maybe it was they were tearing their thumb up like it was with you. And that was the only thing I did to this when I got it. I had got it for a really good price. I think I bought, it was this, a holster, and 3 mags for $300. And
I paid $400 for this when I got it. It came with 1 mag, no holster.
Yeah, well, because I found it on Classic Firearms for you.
Yeah.
But
like this thing, this is the condition it came in. I oiled it up when I got it. That's all I did.
I actually replaced my safety. I bought a new one. I bought a surplus one from like Liberty Tree or something like that. And I swapped it out because I didn't want one that was ground down like that. Because I'm like, I'm not going to carry this gun, and certainly not in a holster that wouldn't be covered anyway. So
right.
It didn't bother me. So that's the only part I swapped out. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I wanted it like as close to original as possible. So it was in good shape. I got a good deal. At the time, I paid probably what it was worth, but that was years ago. So $300 for it, a holster, and 3 mags. That's about what it was worth. Actually, I think they were selling for probably about $350 then, so I got a little bit of a deal on it. But now they're fucking $500 and up. Like you can't get one for less than $500 fucking dollars. Oh, absolutely, dude. You cannot find a Makarov for less than $500.
Yeah, it's insane.
So yeah, then I've got my Carcano here, which I picked up. This was the first gun that I picked up after I finally got my COVID paycheck, which took 16 weeks to get, and I had not spent money on anything. And then you guys were like, "Oh, you can get these for cheap," and I was like, "Okay, I guess, yeah, fine, fuck it," and then I did it.
Yeah, because I'd ordered mine, and I was like, dude, it's a what were they 200, 250?
Yeah, what $200 guns?
$200 guns. I was like, dude,
Still are.
oh, fuck. Well, they've gone up. They're like $250 now. They're like $50
Yeah.
more than they were, whatever that was. But
this thing came in pretty. I don't know. It wasn't rough shape. It was just old and dirty and dusty and a little
mine was
beat
the same
up.
way.
And I went through and I re-blued the metal parts, most of them, not the bolt, but the rest of them. Fucking redid the fucking butt pad and everything, you know, like finished the fucking wood again and called it good. But it turned out pretty nice.
Yeah, you put more work into yours than I did mine. As far as like fit, you got yours all shiny and pretty, and I like basically sanded mine and stained it and didn't put any. Like I didn't. Yours is nice and pretty and shiny and shit. And I left mine like
oil. That's all I did was sand it down and put true oil.
I didn't even use true oil in mine. I just used some like English chestnut fucking just dark, nasty fucking stain to like cover it up. I was like, man, there's no reason to put true oil on this, especially because I was going to be this was the zombie gun challenge. So I was like, I knew I was going to be doing like paracord wraps and shit and fucking got that shit on the back. And I knew I was going to be doing stuff. And then I knew I was going to do an I Heart JFK. So I know I was going to carve some shit into this. So I was like, I'm not even going to fucking worry about refinishing the stock or do anything. I mean, I just sanded it down, got it as clean as I could, and then just stained it. I was like, fuck it, there you go. So just make it dark. That covers up a lot of the imperfections that I couldn't sand out. So,
and then there's the side-by-side that I refinished. Just like my penis.
You refinished your penis?
No, he just polishes that daily.
No, but it is a side-by-side. I like the sling that goes on it. Nice and simple. Just re-blued the barrel, cleaned up the stainless steel receiver, and I don't know what you call this part up here where the barrels meet the receiver. But yeah, like it turned out real fucking nice. Like this thing it looked a little rough when I got it, but after I chopped it down and re-blued it and re-stained it and put it all back together, it came out pretty nice, dude.
Chopped it to what length?
20.
This
Hold up, I'm trying to get my my other laptop fired up, see if I have enough juice to hop on here.
Let me see. This one is the shotgun that I bought for my son because he wanted his first gun. Actually, I didn't buy it for him. I had a Taurus PT-22, which is one of those little, tip-up barrel 22s. It's like a little Beretta clone. And I'd paid like $120 for. And I found a dude who had this shotgun who would trade for that little 22 because he wanted a little 22 pocket pistol. And this thing is the field. This was the field barrel version of the one. What was it? The 67, the Savage 67E, which was the like legitimate trench gun with a bayonet lug on it that they had sold to the military. And then they made the 66, or it's like the 67E and then the 67. And this was the version that didn't have the bayonet lug and had like a fucking 28-inch barrel that was long as fuck. And so I cut it down to 18 and a half inches. Well, 19 inches. Or is it 18 and a half? I can't remember if I cut it down to 18 and a half or 19. But whatever the fuck it is. And then redid the stock. And then this is all aluminum here. And this is all one piece. It wraps from here to under the trigger. It fits together inside. Like if you take the stock off, you can slide this whole thing out the back. And it's aluminum. And the paint was coming off of it. And so I was like, well, what the fuck can I do? I'm not going to paint it. I didn't want to spray paint it or anything. So I just polished all the aluminum to where it just kind of two-tone shines. And then refinished this, but I left the old finish in the grooves so it stands out and pops. And then I put a fucking barrel shield on there just to make it look a little bit more like a trench gun. And that's my son's shotgun. So
Go Shadow dropped in $2. Said YouTube censorship is getting really bad. That's what we're testing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in a way.
Yep.
Andrew P says, I'm 18 at home and my parents are making me get vaccinated.
How can they make you get vaccinated at 18? This does not compute. This does not compute.
I mean, you could just tell them that you did. Just be like, yeah, Mom, got it done. Where's your paper? I don't know.
Papers? Papers, please?
I'm 18. I lose shit. Like, what do you want from me? Oh, what you have here, Mr. Angry? Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my Argentine Mauser. This was for the zombie gun challenge. Ugh. Chop the barrel down. Do the side saddle on, the sling, grip tape.
Wait, you chopped the barrel down. You saw the front.
I'm sorry?
Oh, so you still have the front side on it, or did you?
No, I had to get a new sight. I got new sights online because it had already been hacked down, but like they had hacked it. This thing was fucking longer than my Mosin Nagant when I got it, to be honest.
Jesus.
But they had like already hacked the stock off and like nicked the barrel underneath. So I was just like, fuck it. I was like, just cut it down some more. They'd done like a really shoddy job on like whatever the fuck. They'd like drilled out the top sight, like so the top sight ladder goes in here. I don't think you can see it on here, but like they had drilled it out so you couldn't put a new ladder sight in there. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just get new sights. It was the zombie gun anyway, so I like really didn't give two shits about what happened to it. But and then seeing as we were showing off Makarovs, this is the closest thing I have to a Makarov, my CZ 83.
83.
I still want an 82 or 83. That's one. I probably want the 82 because I like my little 9mm Mac collection. So I think I'd rather have that one, but they're hard to find, man.
They are very hard to find. I lucked out with that one this past. Yeah, it was earlier this year, and I got for 400.
I have 82 as well.
And I've got my SKS here, as I'm sure Matt just ran to grab.
I don't have an SKS. Remember, I sold mine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I sold mine at the height of the pandemic because somebody gave me $800 for it, and I paid $250 for it. And they were like,
"Here, let me make it big."
I was like, "Okay," because I paid $250 for it. It was in shit condition. The stock was all fucked up, but I had cleaned it up and got it ready and got it looking nice.
And you see the marking on there?
Yeah, I see it.
What is there like a Chinese factory or whatever?
Yeah, that's the.
I should go grab my SKS.
Yeah, that's why am I blanking on the name? That's for.
I should go get both of mine, but I don't have.
Anyway, I'm blanking. Fuck it, whatever.
Hold
but
up.
yes, that's a Chinese. But yeah, somebody gave me $800 for mine, so I wasn't going to pass that up for a shitty Chinese SKS.
If I go grab mine.
Oh, and then I've got this shit right here.
Ooh.
At some point. Oh, sorry, Angry. Fuck. You were showing something else. I'm not even fucking paying attention. I'll show mine later.
Yeah, you will.
AK pistol.
See, yours doesn't look bad with Glock mags for whatever reason.
Because it goes like more straight.
It's much more vertical. That fucking
that,
ridiculous angle. Yeah, because when I look at those on the fucking ARs and shit, I mean, it just looks stupid. It looks stupid.
Yeah, I agree because it's like yanked so goofy like.
So this is if Mad Max needed a Mosin Nagant.
Oh hell yeah!
That's my old stock, you son of a bitch. You were supposed to burn it.
Nope, I kept it and I repurposed it. And this is the barreled action Foos that I got at Wanamaker.
That Chinese one.
The one that I tried to get Nice Strike to buy. I tried to get him. I was like, he wanted it, and it was $25. $25. It was the action, the receiver, the barrel, everything. It even had the front sight on it. It didn't have a rear sight. I had to put the rear sight on, and it obviously didn't have a bolt or a stock, or I had to do get by the trigger parts and stuff. But it was a barreled action with a front sight. Fucking for $25. I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
But and he didn't want it. So I took this motherfucker and I pimped it out. It didn't usually look like it. I had an ATI stock for it, and then when Honda stock showed up, I was like, fuck it, let's make something crazy out of this motherfucker. So we got that right there. The Franken-Mosin, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Does that magazine have like finger grooves in it or something?
No.
It kind of looks like it does.
It's got grip on it. It's like the magazine itself has a lot of like grippy texture and stuff. Yeah.
And then this is still the best purchase I have made in the last 2 years because I got it for $180.
God damn you.
Is that?
That's a
Nagant?
Nagant revolver. You can't find those things for under $500.
Yep.
You just
And hell, for a while, you couldn't give them away for $99.
I remember.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I should buy a couple of them. They're only $99. I never fucking did it. You know, I never fucking did it. That's fine. Whatever.
Jacob Eads says, "Doesn't Angry look like Adam Kokesh without a beard?" I don't know.
I've met Adam Kokesh in person, and I will say, you do have some similar features to Adam Kokesh. You actually do. That's not a bad thing. He's not like an ugly dude or anything.
Fair enough.
I'm saying, like, you don't just constantly get high in your RV all the time talking about wanting to be the unpresident, do you?
Yeah, no.
Angry. I've never seen you in a suit.
No, click on that one in the middle where he's facing the camera directly. Yeah. That's one of his mugshots, I think, when he got arrested for one of the time.
So funny thing is, if I grow out my beard, that's extremely accurate. Like when I grow out my beard.
Yep.
There we go.
And then, well, it's not a gun. It also sits on my wall.
Oh, that thing's fucking cool.
All right, if we're gonna do guns, I'll go mobile. I'll be right back.
See, I miss fucking gun show and tell. I really
know,
do.
right? I'm trying to think what else I got. I guess I could grab my 1911s. Hold up. I'll be back.
I got my little carry gun here. It's sitting handy. Hold on. My little 642. Got some lead nose loaded in it. Ready for action. Super light. Nothing special.
Well, if we're going to start showing off melee weapons here, excuse me, but let's batter up, motherfucker. That ain't fake. I've got a whole scar in my fucking thumb to prove it. I had to go buy some fucking rawhide gloves to fucking wrap this son of a bitch up. That's right. Here we go.
Yeah, well, this ain't fake either.
That also ain't real.
It chops down trees. It's full tang.
It is full tank. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Battle ready. Supposedly.
Oh, the samurai.
Hey
So
guys. All right.
Here's one 1911. It's my Ruger.
Yeah, it's a Ruga.
And then
All right.
It's almost a Luga, but it's a Ruga.
this is my Rock Island with a bunch of Wilson combat parts in it.
Here's a
What do we
Henry
got?
with this, and the stock is getting beat up. 357.
Oh,
Nice.
clever got it out.
Just gonna set these over here while I empty out my first safe.
I got this bad boy. Also
got that?
357.
Oh, nice.
I got that son of a bitch hanging up behind me on the wall. That's one of my wall guns. That and my 4570 are my two.
Mine looks nicer than yours.
Well, because you just fucking oiled the stock up. You put some shine on it. I just left mine stock, like the way it came in.
No, this is like I put a ton of work into the wood on this. I did a whole video on it actually, how I did it. But it's got like a glass finish on it.
One of my 74s that are one of my AKs I put together. This one's a 74.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's the AK. I've actually never shot a 74.
Oh, you had them?
Well, that's
Yeah.
They're very, very smooth shooting guns, as a matter of fact.
yes. Kind of almost feels like an AR because it's kind of
Well,
like
because
an
you're
AR.
right.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
over 8
essentially,
AR.
yeah. I mean, it's essentially like, I mean, I don't. From what I've never owned one, but I mean, it's essentially the same setup, recoil, spring, all that kind of stuff, as a standard AK, but you're shooting lighter ammo. So
Yes.
you've got yeah. It's over
So
buffered.
This is a DDI.
So it's a
DDI?
PSA.
Yeah. Or
That's what,
PSA.
that's what PSA bought out.
Jason J says, "How is this still on?" I don't know, man. We're gonna keep going.
We're gonna
It's
find
like
out.
history.
We're gonna
Alright,
find
so-
out tonight.
Seeing
Let's
as
see.
Foos is showing Soviet guns.
Oh yeah, it's a Soviet guns.
You
yeah.
go.
Oh yeah. Fucking A.
M57 in the proper caliber. So
This is my first AK that I put together. Polish kit. And that's a spray paint.
oh, nice.
But yeah, the stock set was like this. I didn't touch it.
Just came all nice like that.
Yeah. All I did was spray paint it all because that barrel is still in the white. So
Corey Long says Angry looks like Christopher Lloyd from Roger Rabbit.
Tunes.
All right, and then we have this. This is my M70A.
Oh, nice.
Not in the proper caliber. This is 9mm. So we got 9mm in here.
I got
This is a 9mm Tokarev, basically.
Yeah.
So
I got one of those too, Matt.
Yep. So
I
do
like it.
Well, not the same exact one.
You got the what is that? The M88. I think?
M88.
Yeah, you got the slightly shorter one, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a slightly different design. Internally, there's a lot of similarities, but it's like it's a
Slightly
shape.
tweaked design.
Yeah, they tweaked it up and made it nice and compact. But
I only got I got my Mosin on the wall here. I guess I can grab that real quick. Oh.
There we got.
And then since you were showing off, oh wait, go ahead. You're good.
Look, there's my little P64.
Ooh, nice.
This little fucker is so nice. Now I will tell you, these are a bitch when you first get them because the the double action trigger on these are motherfucking crazy. They come in at like legitimately. This isn't. I'm not exaggerating. When you get one of these stock, 25-pound hammer spring.
Yes.
And I swapped mine out with a 16-pound hammer spring so that it's still rough.
Usable. Yeah.
But now the single action is actually really nice. Single action,
Yes,
no
very
matter what,
nice.
isn't it? But double action is a bitch with this. But it's so fucking tiny. Like this is such a carryable
That's what's
gun.
nice about that.
It's what, eight rounds?
I think it's 7 plus 1.
7 plus 1. Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, 7 plus 1. So, but it's
they're
tiny.
slightly smaller than. They're about the same size as my CZ Model 70 that I had when that was a 32.
Yeah.
This is.
Here's my Mosin.
There's the Mosin.
Nice.
Some moist nuggets. Here's
The
that.
Mosin Nugget.
This one's longer. It's a Type 99.
Let's see.
This is the only one that's non-firing because the headspace is all fucked up. But it still has.
Oh, nice. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
G-Webs is here.
What the what?
Holy Jesus.
How's it going, man?
Good evening. You having a gun off of some sort?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
we're
just
just
showing
doing
off
show and
guns.
tell because YouTube
Why
won't
not?
let us, and I'm tired of listening to the man. Speaking of which,
No,
my
there's your
Remington R1
You're welcome, by the way, for convincing you to buy that.
with the US grips on it. Looks pretty nice, eh?
Way better than those Deadpool grips.
So with my Carcano, I went a little different than you guys.
Oh,
I got the one with the bayonet.
the
nice.
cavalry
Yeah.
version.
I don't know how I feel about those. I'm sure.
I think if those would have been available when I was doing my zombie gun build, I absolutely would have bought one of those instead, just so that because it also has a
Because it
fucking
has the
bayonet.
bayonet, yeah.
It's smooth. It's kick ass.
I mean, I like the look of the original one better, but like we were building a zombie gun at the time, I absolutely would have gotten the one with the bayonet, hands down.
Yeah,
no question.
It's a really shitty two-stage trigger.
Yeah, it's good enough for political dissidents that you got to get rid of.
Yeah.
This is one of my carry guns sometimes, especially in the wintertime. This is my just Taurus
I like that
85.
that looks nice, dude.
What's going on with that grip? Is that stock or you put that on there like that?
Oh, this is stock. The only thing I did was I had some grip tape to the back.
That's an
That's
older
it.
model. That's probably from the 90s. They haven't, because Taurus hasn't done wood grip since like 2002.
I did the, what was it, the serial number lookup or whatever,
Mhm.
and it was like late 80s or something.
Yeah.
So.
See, Taurus is nice. Smith & Wesson is nicer.
Oh yes, it is.
Well,
got that same one.
you guys are talking about Mosines.
This thing was in pretty rough shape when I got it. We had to put quite a bit of work in these to get them to
Oh yeah.
actually
Nice,
glue
yeah.
correctly, and it never even did. Like if you look,
Oh, mine still faded on that one
yeah,
side.
it's
One
still
side.
faded there, and that was as good as I could get it. But replace the grips on it.
Yeah, at a certain point, like I just wasn't going to put any more effort into it for the thing. Like, and I was fortunate to be able to salvage the old grips because I liked them. I liked it with the that grip. I mean, yours looks nice, but I was kind of happy I got to salvage mine. But it,
Well,
it,
From some cops. Those are police models.
yeah, they're police trade-ins. Yeah,
those
police
heavy
trade-in
barrels
Model
are pretty
10s.
nice on there.
Yeah, and the nicest trigger of any gun I own.
Same.
I mean, you breathe on it,
It's
and it goes
amazing.
off.
It's
And
a
even
really
the double action is just so smooth.
Dude, it's better than my 686.
Yes.
Are those pinned barrels?
No. Yes. Sorry. Yes, they are.
And then recessed chambers?
Yep.
So they're old. Do you know why recessed chambers are like that?
We dated them back. Mine was late 70s. Yours was early 80s, right?
No, mine was late 60s. Yours was early 70s.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
Mine was like 67, 68. and
Mine
yours
was mine was like 72,
Dukes
73. something
was
like
all
that.
like late 70s, early 80s, like the
Yeah.
5 he got or whatever.
I got the oldest one out of them.
Yeah.
That gun's only from like the 60s or something, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a Model 10, so no, it's older than that.
Yeah. And
Oh,
Matt, I
the
know you have
357,
I know
thought.
you have one of these.
Let me see. What's this one? Oh, the Model 65?
Yep, Taurus.
Yes, I love mine. You got nicer grips than I do, though. I've got the I don't know, yours look almost like a halfway point between that and a target grip, right?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, because I don't know if you can see it, but like that rear sight I think is different from your rear
Yeah,
sight.
you got like a target model. You got like a pimped out model. Mine is just like this. It's just the stock, and it's just got the plain rear sight. I gotta be careful with this. This one I keep loaded because this is what I grab when I like go hunting or something, or I'm outdoor. You know what I mean? I grab this fucker, but it has nice grips. I did refinish these grips because they were not this shiny when I got them. Were dulled because I dated this one back to like 1991. So this is what 30 years old now.
Yeah.
But
This
it's
is what I
really
grab
nice.
when I'm hunting the most dangerous of game.
People.
I forgot that you got that. Yep.
I
So-
thought he was going to show us a box of condoms.
Hey, Honda, this is my refinish work.
What is that, a 44?
Yeah,
No, it's
44
357.
made in. No, I was talking about mine. Mine's 44 made in 45. You know how it has the double. A lot of them have the double wings like this
Yep.
right here. Mine doesn't have it on the top in 45.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cost saving
This is
measures, right?
Yeah. This is a 45 one.
Yeah, mine's a 40. My 9130 is a 42, and then my Nagant revolver here. This is a 35.
Oh,
Speaking of heavy trigger pulls,
Oh, it's loaded.
this one I don't keep loaded.
Damn it! He took out heavy.
I only got.
speaking
Like
of
these aren't-
SKS,
the
these
world
aren't
matters
used-
too much.
These
It's
aren't
okay.
useful unless it's to the back of a distance head.
And those don't work on brains.
Is this
Speaking
true?
of
Did Yankee
SKSs.
Marshall say the unvaccinated should be left home to die? He didn't say that.
That does not sound like. I've heard him talk about vaccinated and unvaccinated. I've never heard him say that. I've heard him say, "Hey, why do I care? Do what you want to do." If you know, that's his. I mean, he obviously is pro-vaccine, but
I used to
He's-
take medical advice from doctors, but now I just take my medical advice from the internet and Yankee.
well, as one should. So.
As you should.
So this is my Russian 1951.
Oh, we grabbing
SKS.
SKSs? Fuck, I gotta go grab I gotta
Yeah.
go dig it out. Hold up, give me 2 minutes.
Well, I mean, I could go out and grab my Chinese one as well.
Then we've got this. Matt might recognize
Oh,
this.
that looks like a very nice shotgun that somebody modified very professionally to look very badass. If
I feel like
you know,
Duke's very jealous right now.
yeah, somewhere he's asleep, but he's having jealous dreams. He didn't fucking ask. Like he didn't ask.
You got a beat
He
on
was-
the front of there or what?
Well, Duke's sitting there, like I'm talking about this shotgun. I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about selling the shotgun. I got this Remington 870, and it's got the field barrel on it, and I've got a fucking spare field barrel for my Mossbergs and my Mavericks, and I'm thinking about getting rid of it because I just don't need it, and I've got too many shotguns. I've got more shotguns than I have anything else. I'm like, he's like, "Oh, okay. What does it look like?" He was just asking me questions about it, but he wasn't saying anything. He was like, "Oh, it's a cool shotgun." Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, Remington 70s are pretty good." And Han just goes, "I'll give you $350 for it." I went, "Okay, sure, why not?" And Duke goes, "What?" and I was like, "What?" He's like, "What the fuck?" And he starts getting pissed off at Han.
That's like somebody stands in front of your table at a gun show and it's like, "Oh, this is a shotgun, huh? Oh, really? It uses 12 gauges, huh? Nice. Yeah, it's the wood on the stock, huh?" It's like, well, you're going to buy this or you're going to talk about the shotgun all day?
Exactly. Duke never asked. And look, at the time, well, the reason we were talking about it was because at the time, in the middle of COVID, like Remington 870s were selling for like $600 used. They was ridiculous fucking prices. And I was like, I should probably sell this and make some money off of it.
What does that have carved into the stock there, Angry?
There's like some trench art on one side, and then like literally this side, it looks like someone just, I don't know if it's just a code or what the hell they carved into it, but it's like
N92 SSLEN.
Yeah, it's it's like 97 like ASLORE or some shit. Yeah, it's weird.
Probably like a rack number or something, or
probably more than likely.
G-Webs, you remember this one?
Is that the one?
I don't know. Is that a 308 or the 303?
303. This is the one I bought off you at a Watermaker.
Did you take the green off of it?
No, I didn't buy that one.
Okay, that wasn't the green one then. The green one was 308. Oh, that's what it was, right? The green one was 308, and that was the real one.
Yeah, now I have a 308 one.
Zombie Killer says, Yankee Marshmallow said the unvaccinated should not be treated in a hospital. He said they should be given a quarantine sign and sent home and let nature take its course. I think he said take its course.
I got a nature ticket.
Nature ticket.
This is the 308 one.
Those are cool.
Oh, nice. I like those.
That's a cool fucking gun. Because like 308's easier to find than 303 for sure.
Yeah, got like 6 bayonets for those things. Maybe it needs a bayonet for one of these things.
For one of these?
I think I do. Are all Enfields the same? Like that spike with the circle?
The number one
there's a
are all the same.
I'll take pictures of it, but I bought like 6 of them one time. I only needed one, and I sold the gun, so I don't need any of them.
So, here's
cool.
Here's the last one that's remotely close to me. This is the bedside.
Nice.
This one I got to be careful with because I don't want to have a Baldwin incident.
You got those 19 or 20 round mags?
These are 20. This is a 21 round mag.
Oh, 21. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, check this out, G-Webs. There's my Enfield.
What's going on with that coin or whatever? Is that normal, or did you put that in there?
No, it's normal.
Okay.
Like they use those for like the unit number and stuff. It had something carved into it so lightly that you can barely see it, but
okay.
I can't tell what it says.
But then that way it stays there better than the wood or whatever.
Apparently
what about this one?
Is that French one where the bayonet comes
Moss? That is a Moss.
Moss 36.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm jealous. I like those.
You fucking French bastards. Go eat some frogs.
Every time one came
I
into
love
the
frogs,
shop,
like, so that's not like an insult to me.
Every time one came into the shop, we'd go, then this comes out so you can put a flag.
Yeah. So I think this was made in the 50s. Yeah.
Right, here's one here. This is my little P82.
Yeah, it's the one that came out after the 63.
P83.
Right?
P83. Yeah, this replaced the P64. They kept the P64 for a long time. I will tell you what, out of all the little 9mm Mac guns that I have, and this one is legitimately like, it's hard to tell without taking the grips off, but if you like look at this thing, this is just folded steel. The frame is folded steel. That's all it is. It's just a stamped receiver, basically.
Jeez.
And
really?
It's very, very cheaply made. Yeah.
It's not a Makarov, or it is a Makarov?
No. It shoots 9mm Mac, but that's it.
But the trigger guard doesn't come down to take it apart. In other words,
no. That's Or actually, wait, no. So you're right. It does. So it's got this thing. Sorry, I forget which gun I'm doing. It's got this little tab that you pull here, and it disassembles.
Oh no, but it's different though. But okay.
But yeah.
So it's
And
literally like a difference between a stamped and a milled AK, except it's a stamped Makarov.
This is stamped.
I didn't even know they
Makarov,
made that.
basically.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a little Polish gun. It's their version of the Makarov because they used the P64 for 2 decades, and then they replaced it with this. But I will tell you, this thing between Makarovs and P64s and every other fucking 9mm Mac handgun I've shot has the nicest fucking trigger. It is so light. Even the double action is so light and breaks so clean. But the single action is fucking amazing. It's a great fucking trigger by far. I love this thing, man. This is a cool little gun, and they're cheap as shit. Well, they were cheap. They were manufactured like this to pump them out in mass numbers because of the Cold War.
Nothing
They were
cheap anymore.
Poland,
They were-
you know.
They were a military sidearm though. They're not like a
Yeah.
commercial.
No, yeah, this was a military sidearm. Yeah.
Then we've got the Baldwin Special. This isn't the gun that he used. Single action. See, this is why I don't believe him. You pull it back to there, you let it go, nothing happens, right? You pull it back to just before there. Oops, it's hard to do. Let it go. Look where the hammer lands.
Yeah, in the middle.
In between. Fucking liar, man. He's a liar.
He's a piece of shit. He's a lying sack of shit.
This is my Honda special double
You're
barrel
side by side.
side by side. My great grandfather bought this in 1914.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, mine's from like the 40s or 50s.
29-inch barrel, modified and full choke.
Who makes it?
Oh, this is a Riverside Arms Company.
Riverside, motherfucker.
Yep. Sorry, 1915.
Then we got
Oh,
Matt.
here we go. Pimping out for the terrorists.
Big
Little
shill
terrorist
for
gun.
terrorism.
Shilling for terrorists. There it is. Have
I
fun
do
with
like
that.
mechanic,
Uh-huh.
and it does have a pretty fucking nice trigger.
Okay.
Damn.
Since he's doing that, I got to pull this one out to help contradict.
The terrorism.
Yeah. This is my
M1 gram.
M1
That one's
chromed.
fancy.
Oh, that's the ceremonial one.
Yeah. Haven't shot it yet. I need to.
I almost don't think I would shoot it.
Oh,
I
no,
would.
Fucking thing.
no, they're good to shoot.
I mean, not to say that it's not good to shoot, just
What's sad is the only time that thing's probably been shot is at fucking military funerals.
yeah.
So it's a plus 2 on barrel and throat. So it's not the best barrel, but I got it because it was cheap for an M1. So yeah.
So I've got this one here. Yeah. Still a great deal.
There we go.
Star
still
model
is.
BM. Still a great deal. You like 1911s, but you want something small, compact that shoots 9mm? You get this gun here, man. I'm telling you what. This is a great little fucking gun. Hands down. Great fucking gun.
Boom.
I don't keep anything that
Nothing like paying for a BM in your hand.
Yeah. Put that BM in my hand. Tell you what, this is a nice fucking little gun to shoot. It's very carryable. Like, you got, I think this one's 8+1, so you got 9 rounds of 9mm
Yeah.
in a very nice slim package. I mean, it's solid steel, so it's the equivalent of like, a compact 1911. So it's not light, but still very, very carryable if you wanted to.
We
Absolutely.
got the Sorry About Your Ballz, bro lure. Isn't this thing fucking cool? I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Especially with a 3-9 on top that almost reaches out as far as the barrel.
So here's another one of Matt's model BM.
Yeah. They're great little guns, man. They're now selling for like $299 last time I saw. I bought mine for $199.
Yeah,
So
They've-
yeah,
they've
they're up
gone
about
up.
$100.
the very first round I put out of this one, I hit a 2/3 size silhouette at 100 yards.
Nice.
So back
And
in
then-
the day, those guns. Oh, go ahead.
60 P64.
Nice. Have you replaced a spring in it, or is it the same spring?
No, I have not. I'm not going to.
Oh, that spring is such a fucking I mean, granted, I get it. You're probably never going to shoot it double action, but fuck. That is a legit 25-pound hammer spring. It is fucking ridiculous. Oh,
It is. It's all kinds of wrong.
All right, so now for my two favorite handguns. We'll start with this one. This is a fairly recent purchase, and it has quickly moved up to my number 2 spot in my favorite handguns, and that is my Beretta 92A1 with the threaded barrel. I've got the little O light on there. I got the nice wood grips. I fucking love this gun. It's beautiful. It shoots just perfectly, as you would expect a Beretta to shoot. And then my number 1, of course, everybody knows it, the Sig Nightmare. Yes, look at it
gun.
in all its glory. The gun I coveted for, I want to say 6 years before I finally got one.
It was a long time that you were
6 or
talking
7
about it.
years. I think the first time I saw one was like 2013. I saw one in a gun shop about an hour from my house. And I was like, that is the coolest fucking 1911 I've ever seen. I must have one. And that was, again, like 2013, I think. And it took, when did I get this one? 2020?
That sure is a nice 1911 there. You got
So
there.
it took me 7 years. Maybe it was 19. It might have been the tail end of 19. So it took almost 6 or 7 years.
I'll give you $500 for it.
anything.
Well, all I did was I did replace the grips. Yankee sent me these grips. There, I mean, it's hard to tell, but they've got the Punisher logo carved into them. But they're just
But that's all you're going to do. You're not going.
That's all I'm going to do. No, I'm not going to do anything else. It's amazing trigger. Everything's good. You know, it's match grade shit.
Did you have to sand off those?
I had to because he sent me regular grips. He's like, look, I got a pair of extra VZ grips that have the Punisher on. He's like, you want them? I was like, they're for regular backstrap. So like, I don't know if they'll work. I was like, well, give them to me and I bet you I can figure it out. So yeah,
it doesn't take much.
It doesn't take much. What I did is I built myself a little fucking sanding rig. So I had a board with a piece of sandpaper glued down to it. And then I just took the grips on both sides and I taped them together so they were right next to each other. And I just wrapped them real good with tape. And then I just sat there on the board, just like shaping them on the sandpaper.
Wow, was that done?
Like this. Like that. That's how it was done.
You got to practice with your shake weight, man.
Yeah. But they
It took no time. It was as if I had done that motion so many times. That
Yeah.
It was
Those
very used to
muscles
it.
are very strong.
Yeah, they are.
All right. I'm trying to. Ooh, I'll be back. I'm trying to figure out how to charge my damn phone.
So you guys with these old-fashioned, like crazy knockoff South American versions of guns, back in the day, nobody wanted those things. They were $98 and $200 because half the time they had a broken part and you couldn't really fix them. But nowadays, anybody that has time on their hands can replicate a part and mill it out with decent materials. So is there like giant what am I trying to say, like aftermarket parts for all these like Star Model Bs and BMs?
No, it's not even that. I think what a big part of it is like, because I remember back early 2000s, like when my dad would buy Stars, like no one knew about Star.
Mm-hmm.
Very few people knew about.
Well, yeah, because an
Or,
importer would sell them to like 6 gun shops, and those 6 gun shops sold them, and nobody else ever heard of them.
But like when parts broke and stuff, like again, like to your point, you couldn't get parts for them. But nowadays you have stuff like Numeric gun parts.
Shit.
You have like all these online gun websites where, like my
So you don't have
Argentine
to make
Mauser,
parts; you can just
Fuck
source.
you, put those
Yeah.
away. Unless you're gonna
those
send
are-
me one.
No,
God,
put
those
those
are
away.
goddamn nice.
These are TSOs. These are TSOs. These are the 40 cal version.
I don't have any CZs in my collection, and I really want like either a Shadow or something, but they're so fucking expensive, and I'm so fucking cheap.
I got
I
a
just-
P10C.
Or Shadow 2s.
Shadow 2, yeah. I think probably
There you
when I get one because I
Did
know
you just
I'm
say or Shadow 2 and grab 2 different guns?
yes.
No,
He's a CZ whore. Okay,
So-
just,
I understand it though.
Yes, I
These are
do.
Shadow 2s. Okay, so Shadow 2s. The previous 2 were Tac Sport Oranges. Hold on.
After
grab
owning my
all of
CZ
them.
Model 70 and having my P10C, like I understand why people are CZ whores. Like they're just.
I
cool
think
guns.
probably what I'm going to end up doing when I get a CZ because I would love to have a Phantom or a Shadow or whatever. I don't think I'm ever going to do it, but I I do want to get the what is the Omega? So that I
Okay,
can,
yeah.
because you can switch that to decocker only.
Yes, you can.
Well,
And
Matt, we all know that you love decock.
I love the decock.
You love
Um,
decock.
I love
Okay.
decock.
So you saw my previous 4 CZs.
Yes.
This is a
Oh,
this
that's
one military surpluses went from Czech Republic to Israel.
Is that a
Okay, here.
pre-B model?
It's a transition.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
75 compact.
I'm running out of cool guns. Let me go grab some more.
This thing, like, I gotta go dig out more.
Model 82.
Nice. That's what I want. I want the 82. I mean, I would take an 83.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I had my CZ83 also. Yeah.
80. This is Model 70.
I loved my Model 70. I wish I'd never got rid of it.
Dude, if you have a high grip on this, you're fucked. Because
Oh, with that slide, yeah.
that slide.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
2 sharp points right there. Hold on.
I got this bad boy that I've had forever.
709.
This was my carry gun for years.
I carried one for about 2 years. I had the stainless version. So it was the two-tone. And I've got a video on YouTube of it somewhere.
Trigger's fucking awful. Like, look how far back. It's like uncomfortably far back. You got to pull your finger to pull.
Oh, yeah. It is the definition of like a down and dirty carry gun.
Yeah, it is.
So.
But that being said, every time I pull the trigger on it, it works. So.
Oh, yeah.
Here's another P10.
Oh, nice. Oh, yours has the optic. Mine doesn't have the optic.
Here's the thing, and it's not. It has nothing to do with the gun itself. It's just optics, just visuals. I do not like CZ's polymer guns. I just don't like the way they look. I don't know why. I think the 75 series. I think all the rest of their guns look great. I don't like the way their polymer guns look. I know they're good guns. I know they're reliable guns. It's like with Walther. I don't like
I was about to say,
Walthers.
it's your same thing with Walther. Yep.
Yeah, I have no problem with Walther guns. They're great guns. If you want to buy one, buy one. I just don't like the way they look.
So this is where my CZ love affair started.
Oh.
Ooh, a Model 27.
Yes.
Nice.
No import marks. My grandfather during the Battle of the Bulge killed a German MP, and that's where this came into my family.
Very nice.
This is like this and that double barrel shotgun are the only 2 possessions that are never ever for sale.
How much?
I don't blame you.
Like no, if someone said I will give you $1 trillion cash, this would probably go.
Look, it's
So
the
it is
Tomorrow
for sure.
War gun.
With the Tomorrow War trigger and the
It's a
Tomorrow
shorter
War
barrel.
scope.
You must really be a big Chris Pratt fan.
Yeah, because I built this gun before that movie
Huge.
came out. Those
Huge
fucking,
Chris Pratt.
No, but
fan.
you built it while they were in production because you're such a huge Chris Pratt fan that you followed the behind the scenes stuff.
hey, this was a perfectly good gun until that no talent ass clown started making movies. I do love this gun though, dude, because it's got the echo trigger, it's got the 1-6, like nice and light. I like the look of it. Kind of looks like a sailboat. I don't know. I like it.
Here is what I believe is one of the most underrated, overlooked 22s on the market, and that is the Ruger SR22.
Very, very good gun.
This is the most reliable
can't
22
find them.
handgun I have ever owned, semi-automatic handgun that I have ever owned. I have never, not one time, and I shoot fucking those little fucking shitty golden bullet fucking buckets of shit, you know, and I've never had a malfunction in this fucking gun, not once. And it's a 22 semi-auto, and I have never, ever, ever, ever had a malfunction in this little fucker. It is my favorite little semi-auto 22. And you know, it's basic 10 rounds, blah, 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 whatever.
Because Ruger knows how to make 22s.
Yeah. And it's fucking, and all this is this is just a ripoff of the little Walther P22, except that thing, because I've shot Walther P22s before, was a fucking jam-o-matic piece of shit. Somehow Ruger built one, and it works.
Yeah, and then Taurus makes the TX22.
Yep.
And this
I
thing's
think
actually
Walther.
pretty fucking nice too, man. It's got like
Wasn't
the
Walther?
threaded barrel insert in it. It's got a 15-round magazine. Like, this thing's fucking nice.
I could be wrong, but wasn't Walther's made by GSG, or maybe I'm thinking of the Sig?
No,
Like the Sig 22 they had.
Well, because there was the Walther
The Sig
didn't actually
Mosquito.
make. Yeah, the
No,
Sig Mosquito was the same fucking thing.
So
they're all the same fucking gun.
I have a Smith & Wesson MP22, and that was made by Walther. It says made by Walther. But this is an actual military surplus Sig M17.
Oh, M17.
17, yeah. Has a rack number right here on it, 23. Yeah.
A
A buddy of mine grabbed like 25 of these when they first came out.
Dude, we've been rapid fire fucking show and telling guns for 51 minutes.
My most useless but my most fun gun. I got to show this real quick. A Taurus Judge. This is not a gun anybody needs for anything.
So impractical, but it's kind of cool.
But it's so much fun. I only shoot this. I mean, I've shot.
Maybe if your job is
14 out of it
solely to
sometime.
eliminate snakes.
But I shoot 45. I shoot 45 long Colt out of it. The PDX Defenders, and it's pretty fucking accurate. I've shot it out to. I think I took it out to 40 yards, and I'm doing this at 40 yards with 45 long Colt.
Yeah,
which I mean, that's really fucking good. Now, I mean, that takes a little practice or something, but out of a barrel that fucking long, Jesus,
yeah, that's crazy.
I
saw a Steyr AUG for sale today, Matt, and I thought of you.
Oh, I would love to have a Steyr AUG.
How much would you pay for one?
Oh, that's the thing, man. They're back in the day. Okay, when I first started really going, I really want a Steyr AUG. They were around $1,500, I want to say, and I was like, well, that's expensive. But this was also at the same time that ARs were selling. Like, you couldn't get an AR unless it was like a DPMS for less than like $900, and so it was only like $600 more than like an AR. This was back in like 2012 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so for $1,500, sometimes you could find them used for a little bit less than that. I was like, that's pretty good. Now they're like over $2,000 easily.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're probably
actually the one I saw was $1,700.
That's not bad at all right now.
No, it's not.
That's not bad.
The tan version, not the black. I don't know if that matters to you, but
I would want the one that takes AR mags. That's the main thing.
Exactly. They came in for a while, or they made them and they didn't care, but AR mags weren't a thing, so they didn't work with them. And then they made them after a while with AR mags, or that worked with AR mags. But then there's that other company, MSR, MSAR. What was that other company that made it? Is that the U.S. company that made them?
I don't remember. I don't know.
It was like 2008. They came out at SHOT Show, and then maybe a year or two later, they made a Steyr AUG clone, basically a U.S. made one. And I think at that time, Steyr changed their guns to react to it. The other company, I think, faded away, and I think you have to know about all that when you start to buy a Steyr. Yeah. So that you're not buying one that's like, doesn't use good mags, basically.
Yeah. And it's not like there's anything really wrong with the Steyr mags. It's just like they're expensive and it's hard to find. Like,
no, they're old and they're not good.
Yeah.
Speaking,
what you got there, Foosey Foos?
Can you guys see what that is?
Oh, you got the beer keg.
Straight pull.
Yeah. K31.
31.
No, K31. Swift.
Microtech? Yeah, it was Microtech.
Speaking of oddball guns, I was at the gun shop this past weekend because I was picking up magazines for my friend for Christmas. And I'm, like I said before, I'm looking for a little 32 auto. And they had like a Beretta, like one of the tip-up barrel ones, but they wanted like almost $600 for it because it was brand new. And they didn't have anything else, so I went over by like their junk gun drawer, and they had this semi-auto that was like, it said like tight mag or something on it, and all it said was like 1935 in 32 auto. So I'm like, hey, can I take a look at it? it was one of the French like service handguns from World War II in 32 French long. I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, this isn't 32 auto. Technically, it's 32 auto, but it's not 32 auto.
Right.
Dude, look at this thing. It's a Star Wars blaster.
Oh hell yeah!
Yep, that's cool.
And they made it with rails right away so that instead of having all that weirdness on top, you could just be normal.
You can throw whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. I like it.
But look at the front of the grip. I wasn't a big fan of that. Like, let's make it look like
Oh,
cordless
this
drill.
thing?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see an? Ooh, here's one you guys probably
Yes.
haven't
Whatever.
seen.
It's
Oh,
Going to
someone
your
about dropped.
going to your 32 auto theme.
oh god damn it! I was trying to pick one of those up for the longest time, and I could only find them with the stupid target grips on the back, or the target sights on the back. And I'm like, okay, I can just get a rear sight, right? No one had the fucking rear sights. Not a single person. Like I couldn't find Tokarev rear sights because everyone bought those, replaced the stupid target sights on the back with the normal sights.
This came with normal sights. Little
Damn it.
Tokarev M70,
Yep,
little 32 auto.
Then I got this bad boy.
that's a fun
Nothing
gun.
special about it except
Giggle switch.
it's got a good little 1022. You like this thing a lot, didn't you, Angry?
It was fun. Like it reminded me of those stupid things you have at the at like the carnivals and stuff that used to shoot out the star.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like that because it's only a 22, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a fucking fun. As soon as it gets dirty, though, it starts running like shit.
What do you run? BX25s or something else?
Yeah, we got a couple of those sitting up there.
So, Matt,
Mhm.
that's that scope you asked. You told me to get.
Oh, there you go. See?
Ooh.
Oh, is
It's on
that
my
your Howa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
How are you doing?
308.
What was I right about that scope?
Fucking amazing. I'm sitting here like at 100 yards, just rapid firing like this, and like an inch group.
Yeah.
How
Freaking
you like
amazing
it?
gun. I love this gun.
See what I did there?
How you like me now? Okay, I'm gonna show this one right here. I'm gonna show a couple of them here real quick. These are my hunting rifles. So this is my Savage.
This is my hunting rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
It's pretty basic, and it's 30-06. And it is loaded, so I'm gonna take that.
What do you have down there? Pigs and deers, or is there deers down there?
Yeah, deer, whitetail, nilgai. So like this works great for nilgai.
What does that mean?
Hog,
What are you? what you
nilgai.
calling it?
A
They're like
nilgai.
giant rats.
No, they're like imagine
ROUS.
something with like the size and body of a horse, but a deer's head.
What? Oh, a goofy
was a-
different animal? Is it
it's a
native
very-
or somebody brought it there?
Yeah, it's native.
How do you spell
So-
that?
I never even seen it.
Nilgai, I believe.
Has it got horns or anything?
Yeah. But yeah, this is my Savage 30-06. With my,
Are you
and I
hunting on
did
the
put it-
zoo?
And
Did
I
they
did
sell
put it in- got
popcorn?
a-
Are there monkeys where you hunt?
Yep. And I got a Boyd stock on it.
Well,
Yeah, look at that. Look at that fucker. Click on one of them fucking pictures. It's like a fucking deer's head on a horse's body, and they're big.
Are you hunting
They're-
at the zoo? Do you got to pay
No.
admission to go into where you hunt?
No.
I didn't know they had them in Texas. That's crazy. I'd be
Yeah.
freaked out if I seen the little goat head on a horse.
So yeah, they're very large, and they got tiny fucking heads for how big their bodies are. And
You
weird
eat
looking.
them?
Yeah.
How
They
do
taste
they-
almost exactly like deer. It tastes
They run
almost
around in a herd? Or they,
no, they do not. No.
they're like
they
a
do
deer,
not.
I guess. They just kind
Yeah.
of.
And then this has probably taken.
I didn't even
well,
know
this
that
is-
animal existed. I'm pretty old.
This has been my go-to deer rifle for about a decade now.
30-30. Marlin.
Vintage. And it's got my what is this? Fuck is this? Yeah, 3-12 by 50. I mean, honestly, I should make the 30-06 my go-to, but usually I'm hunting hog or whitetail deer, and 30-30 is like easy. If I know for sure I'm going someplace where nilgai have been spotted, I will absolutely take the 30-06.
Are they harder
it's
to
just-
shoot or something?
What? Nilgai? They're just
Yeah.
bigger. They're like way bigger. So, but usually I'll just take my 30-30 because usually I'm not shooting out past 200 yards. Usually within 100 yards.
There's season on them? Is it like a? It's not like
No.
a pig where they're just open season on them.
I mean, no. It's hunting season. They as far as seasons for them, it's deer season essentially. They fall under deer season. So,
All right, I got one more to show real quick.
Maybe just because they got such a little head, nobody puts their heads on the walls. That's why
maybe that's why.
Nice. Is that your AMD 63?
Zastava AK.
Okay.
What's with you and the shiny stocks?
No, I like them. I don't know.
He figured out how to refinish stocks and make them shiny, and just like
it's something a server knows how to do. Polish stuff to make it a real good shine.
This was the first rifle I ever bought. Right here.
good first rifle.
Yeah, not a bad choice.
Now this is a fun ass gun, right here.
You got a bayonet for that?
Oh, is that the little the Rattler? What the fuck is that thing called?
It's a Wrangler.
Ranger.
Wrangler. That's what it is.
Yeah. Little 22. Yeah. Fun as
It's like
hell to shoot.
It's like if Ruger made a Heritage Rough Rider.
Well, it's aluminum though, right? So it doesn't weigh nothing.
No. Yeah. It's sleeved.
Here, look at this.
Aluminium.
This is my go-to 12 gauge right here. Friends.
Oh, nice.
You should put more rounds on it somewhere.
Hey man, load it up. I got a 6 here and a 5 here, so I got 11 extra rounds. The tube's loaded up, 8. I can run one in there, so 9 plus. I can have 20 rounds on this thing at any given time. I've got the peep sights, the high vis front sight. I've got the little flashlight. I need to change out the flashlight. This is an okay flashlight, but it's only 150 lumen, I think.
I have one of those.
Shield.
It's Matt. You and I have the exact same flashlight on our shotguns.
Yeah, and they work. It works.
Yeah.
But it's just not real bright. But it works, and it holds up to the recoil, which I've been very happy with. And this was just an old fucking. I think this is a SKS sling that I found somewhere. That I was like, fuck it, it works. And I think I got it for free with something. Like it was in one of those dump bags where it's like, here you're like go to a gun show and you buy something and they just like shove some shit in the bag with it. And I had it free, and it's just an old Milsurp Russian sling, but it works. And I'll tell you what, these fucking things right here, these are the best fucking side saddles that you can have.
Oh, those little cards,
are fucking amazing. I love them. They work perfectly. You can put them anywhere you want. You're not limited by having to swap out like pins on the receiver or anything. That's how I got this one here.
I was going to tell you to get a sling, how they make the slings that are bandoliers, but in that case, just sew some Velcro down your sling and then add a bunch of cards to your
you
sling.
can literally just put more Velcro on the sling and have more on there. These cards are fucking great. I love them. But that's my go-to shotgun right there. That's my.
Why don't you marry him?
If I have to grab a shotgun, I'm grabbing this motherfucker.
Here's my pre-war K98.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Russian capture.
Muy bien.
That's a nice.
Then I've got my Rough Riders.
I was gonna break out my Rough Rider.
Except for the one that's broken.
This one's broken though. I gotta fucking get it fixed. I don't know.
How the fuck did you break that?
Fanning the trigger like Matt said I could do.
Because I've done it on mine many fucking times and never had a problem.
So I've never fanned on the Barkeep, but I fanned on the Rough Rider dozens of times and never had an issue.
Yeah.
Well, this one's the 9 shots. This one's kind of cool. And then it came with like the orange grips on it. Like the grips were like straight up orange. So I sanded them down and refinished them. And yes, they're shiny.
Oh, you made them shiny. Amazing.
Mine's the 6-shot, but
here's mine.
I dry fanned my Barkeep and never broke. But
I have fanned this motherfucker so many times. This is the full 6-inch.
Give her all of it.
And then this one I've got the Magnum cylinder in. So I've got 22 Magnum in this one. Because this was the one, like, if something's going on outside, like, I've had to shoot critters outside my house before. I grab this as well. I go outside, like, because I've had raccoons go after, like...
great little critter.
Yeah, I've had raccoons. Let me be very clear what I'm saying. Actual raccoons. I've had actual raccoons, like, go after, like... It's got to be real fucking clear. go after my dogs and shit. And I've had to shoot a couple raccoons with this thing because they get fucking like, and you never know because they might be rabid, right? Like
They're fucking adorable, and you're just like, oh, look at that one, how he's playing with the corn. Bam.
No, I'm just saying, no, seriously. Like if they're going after my dogs, most of the time, I've run into, there's fucking raccoons all over the place down here in this part of Texas, and everywhere we've lived, we always see raccoons. 99% of the time, as soon as they see you, they fucking run, or they like try and freeze and be like, "Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me." But if they go after you or your animals, there's a good chance they're fucking rabid, and so I'll just fucking pop them. I'm not gonna take a chance on that shit. So, yeah,
Dude,
but I love my little fucking Rough Riders.
I had this house that I was renting in a different part of town at one point, and we had grapevines in the backyard, and no one had ever taken care of them until I moved in, and I like watered them and fertilized them and like got these grapes to actually grow. Like they hadn't grown in years, right? Because no one took care of them and no one gave a fuck. And these grapes came in, and they were real bitter and sour, but they were grapes. You know, I fucking grew them. It was cool. And these raccoons kept coming in and eating all the grapes at night. You'd come out in the morning, and half the grapes would be gone, and they'd be all over the floor, and like fucking messy ass raccoons. So I took a airsoft gun because I thought I could scare them off with that. And I shot them with an airsoft gun, and they hissed at me, dude. They fucking hissed at me, and then like the whole family ganged up, and then like I had to run back inside, like.
Yep.
I've had raccoons before, and like to Matt's point too, like I've even fed raccoons before, and usually
they come up on our porch all the
me,
time
like,
because we would feed the cats outside, right? And so I'll go up there and like they come up and eat food, and usually if you open the door, like you don't know they're out there, you'll open the door and they'll go whoosh and they're gone. You know,
yeah, like usually if you try to like do anything to them, like they'll book it on you. So.
Oh yeah. But that's the thing. If they aren't scared of you, there could be a problem. So I'll just pop them. I'm not gonna, especially if like because my dogs are outside or something.
Let's say there's a bunch of raccoons on the back porch. You ever tried going out there with a mask on? And then just blend in?
No, I have not.
Sticking with a Mauser theme, numbers matching. Mauser 93.
Okay, I was going to ask what.
Chilean. Yep. Numbers matching even down to the stock.
Nice.
Well, the 4 plate's different. Sorry, that has it. No, it matches 86.
So why is the left pushing for fucking like reducing punishment for sex offenders? Like, why is this a thing?
I don't know, but that's a very good point.
Yep.
It's a very good point.
When a lot of your people are.
Well, I mean,
when it turns out that CNN is full of a bunch of sexual predators and pedophiles, maybe
these things tend to go together.
Just saying, there might be issues there. You might have some problems.
There's no such thing as your truth. There is the truth, and there is your opinion. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, we've got this.
All right, now I get it. Now I have to pull this shit back in the safe.
It's Glock time. This is my Glock. This is my Glock 17 plus 2 extensions. Had it custom stippled. Got the steel sights with the tritium on the front. It's been internally. It's had a trigger job done, and I've got the grip tape on top, so I can one-hand rack it if need be, like off my jeans or something. That's one of my go-tos. And this one is my Glock 21 Gen 2. That it's hard to tell in this light, but this slide is actually OD green. It's got the high vis sights on it, plus 2 extensions. This is nice. I like this one.
I got to get some of those extensions from my once I finish building my Glock. I forgot how much
Texas motherfucker. Fuck Colorado. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, look at my bed right now.
I know. Look at
See, I'm pulling out a few at a time and then putting them back before I pull some more out.
That's why I stopped pulling shit out, because I'm like, I don't want to load up my bed and have to put it all back together. I'm like, I'm
like right here, so it's not a big deal for me. I just just reach back.
Yeah, I grabbed the shit that was closest to me, and I'm like, I'm not going across the house.
Are you gonna lay on there and make rifle angels?
I got some rifles that can come out. Yeah, but I mean, I just started pulling shit out.
Just lay on it, start making a gun angel.
I think that would be a painful angel to make.
All right.
Oh, probably.
All this shit goes in there about one of two ways. So this is gonna be interesting.
Highly underrated gun right here. The
What is it?
Steyr L9A1.
Those things are awesome. You just don't
Dude.
see them around.
This is the gun that Glock Gen 3 or Gen 4 should have been. The dudes that designed this gun worked for Glock and wanted to make Glock Gen 4 something cool and new and all this shit. And Glock didn't want to make all the changes, so they went literally up the street to Steyr, told them, we can build you a better Glock. Here's how to do it. They said, cool, design it for us. They did. They got jobs at Steyr, made this fucking gun in 3 different sizes. And I'm telling you, out of the box, this thing blows a Glock away in every way, shape. It's like if somebody just said, oh, what would make a Glock just better out of the box? And they did all those things. Just
How would
even
you make a Glock have perfection?
like I'm telling you, like everything about the trigger is fucking phenomenal. The reset is fucking phenomenal. It solves all the problems people have with Glocks out of the box. Everything from steel sights, to spongy triggers. It fixes all of Glock's problems. Like, it's a shame this gun has not caught on and there aren't, more of them in different calibers and different sizes and all that kind of shit, because it is so much a better gun than Glock, like by a lot. It literally, I had always been curious. And when I finally bought one, I was like, cool, I want one. And then I took it to the range and shot it, and I was blown the fuck away. I was like, what the fuck? Why don't more people own these? What the shit? They're cheaper than Glocks. They're better than Glocks out of the box. They
Just don't
basically...
see 'em.
That's
It's
how I
like,
feel about the Canic. Everything you
Do
just
they
said.
use Glock mags?
they don't
No.
use Glock mags. That's
No.
the thing. They don't.
Where are they?
Which-
Where are they made? Now tell everybody where they're made.
They're made in Austria.
Those? I thought they were made in United Emirates.
No, Steyr? No, it says Austria. It's made in Austria.
Oh, what are the
You're
ones
think-
that's made
you're
in
thinking
United
of-
Emirates?
Yeah, you're thinking of the because I know what gun you're talking about. The UAE
I was thinking
tried
you
to
was
make.
talking about that.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
this
the
is...
Oh, no, I'm
UAE
thinking
tried
of
to
that
make
other
something
way.
like it.
That's what I'm saying.
That one is named
These guys
after a-
literally, these guys were working for Glock in Austria, and when they went, they were still technically working for Glock, the designers, and they said they went to Steyr, same country.
Well, Steyr
said, hey,
imported the other gun that I'm thinking of.
oh, is that what it was? Oh yeah, no, this one's not. This one's it's stamped made in Austria and all that, and it's fucking phenomenal. I mean, even internally, like if you look at it, like it looks like somebody. Anyway, God damn it! See, now I'm trying to do this and like.
Not as easy as a Glock, hey?
No, I've got to remember how to do it, because I don't remember how to fucking do it. It's got the
No,
little
Glock
paddle.
doesn't win anything for its takedown, though.
Oh, I've got the fucking safety on. That's why. I've got the fucking. It's got a
Oh,
little.
it's got a safety too.
No, it's just there. I had this thing. You can turn it and put it on safe if you want, but you have to it's got an extra feature on there. That's all I'm saying. Wait. Fuck, dude, I don't remember how to take this fucking thing apart. I've done it. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I remember. Sorry.
No, it's clicking.
Now it's clicking. It's been so fucking long. There.
What would you do if you
You
were
gotta
like
push the lever
shopping?
forward like that.
What would you do if you were shopping and you saw someone like doing one of those mass shoplifting things that people are doing? Would you do something about it, or would you just let them do it?
Depends on the situation.
Probably
This is
film
what
it
I'm-
so that I don't get in trouble and I don't get involved in it or something.
So like
Check this out.
internally, it's like very similar to a Glock, except like the bar and everything that's in there and the way it's set is in the frame to where it's not anything that gets hooked on, but it's the transfer bar, the trigger bar is the same. And on this, even simple little stuff like the little striker piece. What the fuck do they call that little tab that sticks out the bottom of the striker? Just simple things like this one is cut at an angle instead of being flat on the front. Little shit like that. Same thing with the disconnector and all that. They're cut with angles and they're pre-polished, unlike on a Glock. Like, it's little things like that that would make it like, oh, again, if Glock did that, it's the type of stuff that people do to Glocks when they buy them.
So there's this video.
Last one.
Well, hold on. Let me do this video, then you can do your last one. This is dudes at a Safeway in Portland are holding this guy down because he was just filling his jacket or pockets or whatever.
They're
holding
touching
down-
somebody for stealing from a store? That's
Yeah.
crazy. No way. I'm not getting stabbed for nothing in a store.
I think people are getting sick of what's going on, and people are starting to do like irrational things. I'm not saying that like
obviously, yeah, but I'm just saying you could get stabbed. Like, I don't know.
yeah, totally. Well, guess what these dudes are being called now?
White supremacists.
Yep.
Helpful citizen.
Because they're stopping a black man from stealing. They're laying on top of him. They're holding him down. Literally. Anyway, I thought I'd share that. All right, what you got?
We talked about this earlier.
Oh, Makarov.
The $200 Makarov.
Yep, the one you foosed from Travis.
See that?
Somewhere in
Way
Nebraska,
out.
Travis
So
is sitting there and a tear just went out his cheek and he doesn't know why.
I remember when you rubbed it in his face at Wanamaker. You're like, hey, I brought the Makarov.
And I let him touch it.
Mm-hmm.
What did he like? Was he looking at it and then like walked away to go to the ATM or something? Or
No, this
He
was
did,
on
like,
Classic.
in Pretty Woman. He had it in a box and he did like in Pretty Woman with Travis.
So I don't know. Has Honda ever heard the story? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's basically we were doing a chat, and somebody, I don't remember who it was.
oh, I think I have heard this. But go on.
Yeah, and yeah. So he had been looking for one, and he puts it in his cart, and he's trying to figure it out, and blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, Foos goes, "Oh, okay, I'm going to buy one," and he buys one. 30 seconds later, Travis goes to fucking go to his cart and check out.
Yeah.
And that is no longer available.
I don't think it was 30 seconds. I think it was a little longer. Travis was farting around.
It wasn't much longer, but it was funny.
And then we got this one here. This is all. Look at that. There's
But
the
it
same.
wasn't like there was one and you were like, haha. It was like
No,
there
we
was a
didn't know-
bunch in the cart.
There was no way to know how many there was. It just says available. It didn't say how many was available. So
Right.
nobody knew that was the last one. So, but yeah.
All right. You live in New York City for some reason.
Ugh.
Do
No.
you take the subway knowing that this kind of shit's going on?
No. What is that in her hand?
She stabbing him?
Some kind of knife or something, probably.
No, it looks too big to be a knife, and it's yellow.
No, she took a bottle of like soda or whatever that's in a like glass bottle, poured it out, and then broke it on the rail and said like, "You got a problem? You want to come at me?" And then fucking started stabbing at him with the broken bottle.
Okay.
It's not a knife; it's a broken bottle.
Okay.
That's like some like old ass woman too. She looks like she's like 50 or 60. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah, I'm not riding the fucking subway. I'm not living in New York. If you live in New York, you better get the fuck out of Dodge, bro. Because you're going to have to start defending yourself with gasoline.
So is it the Sphinx pistol? SP?
Yes, the one from the UAE. I think you're
Yeah.
right.
No, Sphinx is not UAE. Sphinx is Sweden or Switzerland.
Dang it.
Okay, hold up. Let me look this up.
No, because it was a weird name of Sphinx doesn't sound right. It was the name of some like gazelle or some kind of antelope critter. Or no, it was a cat. Carcal?
The caracal. Yeah,
Yeah.
the caracal.
Dude,
That's
she
what it
got
was.
like everybody in the face. Or I don't know if that's a he or a she.
You know what? This costs like this is old, but if that would have happened today, that would have like $75 in gas.
Yeah, it was like $20 a gas at least. That he.
This is at least 2 years old. Though. This happened way in the middle of 20. I've seen this for a long time.
Still though, it's great.
Plus, is that Europe?
I don't know.
Probably with the
I've-
vehicle.
I've never seen
Yeah,
it.
that van is weird, isn't it?
No, I've never seen it.
that
Although it'd be
that
cool as
van's
hell.
gonna be lit quick.
Yep.
We
They
got
probably-
London protesters going nuts against the police.
They all want their shots. They're like, give me my shot first. Me, I want my shot first.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Well, I mean, they just passed the next level of court to approve the vaccine mandate for employers of 100 or more in the United States.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so now it has to go to the Supreme Court if they want to keep fighting it, which they will. But for now, as it stands, I think it's the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals approved it.
Because the CDC
said that it was okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
the CDC has the authority to regulate because of some kind of mass. What is it? Mass.
Well, it's OSHA. It's not the CDC.
It's OSHA. Okay, so
OSHA,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, somebody has the authority to regulate like mass effect or something like that. Like somehow they decided it was within the prerogative of the government to be worried about things that are mass.
Well, OSHA was originally started because like dudes were working in fucking coal mines and shit that were super dangerous, and they didn't have any kind of like standard fucking way of doing things, you know?
Workplace security.
Right. There wasn't protection for the workers against fucking terrible workplace conditions, right? I don't think a COVID mandate, like vaccine mandate, has anything to do with your job being more or less dangerous with the facts that we know about how it works, you know? Because like you could make the argument if the thing itself was more deadly, right? If getting sick was more deadly than it is, even by a little bit, and it was proven that the vaccine that they give people, even if it does hold a slight danger, is very effective and doesn't need to be re-upped every 6 months or whatever, that would make more sense. But like, for instance, during the polio vaccine rollout, right, there was mandates that everyone get the polio vaccine. Did the mandate stop you from going to the store? No. Did the mandate stop you from working? No. Did the mandate stop you from getting medical care? No. What happened if you got caught without the vaccine back then? It was a $5 fine, equivalent to like $200 today.
Because they didn't politicize it and they let people be, right?
Right, and it was a one-time fine. You couldn't get fined twice. You know, if they catch you past a point and you haven't got it, you get the fine and you have to pay it. It wasn't like you pay it and then you get vaccinated.
But $5 back then was worth almost $7.50 today. So
probably even more. Dude, $5 in 2020 was worth like $7.50 today. Sad to say. People are getting crazy though, man. I mean, this is all London. The cops seem to be losing control and getting overrun, and they're completely outnumbered. And how long is it till they start rolling out with like bigger machinery and more police state methods and stuff than they already have? I think it's only a matter of time.
So they got the wall tuss in there.
Well, until they got the blue hats coming in with their fucking white tanks or whatever that don't have guns on them, shooting fucking tear gas into crowds.
I think the people will stand up and realize that there's more of them than the police and be done. I think they're going to stand up.
So we got this story out of Virginia. A Muslim student in Virginia was called racial slurs and had hijab pulled and was beaten by 2 male classmates. Well, it turns out this is a complete lie. It wasn't 2 boys. It was a boy that got in a verbal argument with her in which she attacked him and he like pushed her back and her hijab fell off. And then there's like national media outcry about the racism in Virginia schools against Muslims. It's like you can't even get in a fucking fist fight anymore. Not even a fist fight. I think he just pushed her. You know what I mean? Can't even push a bitch. We got this. The FBI loses all CDs seized from the Epstein case and cannot enter them into evidence. Seems a bit apt to lose that. I don't know. Daniel says you'd never get the smell of gas out of that van. Yeah, I'm sure it still smells like gas in that fucking van today. Senator Elizabeth Warren, triple jabbed, COVID positive. And then we've got McDonald's using new promotional packaging for French fries to promote getting a vaccine, because I know that I get all of my health advice from my McDonald's packaging.
Is that real?
Yeah. USA Today. I don't know who they're fucking fooling or convincing or whatever with this shit. It's like when de Blasio was like, hey, get your jab and you can get a piece of pizza for free. It's like, you just encourage people to get a medical procedure with the hopes of getting a free pizza party? Chris Cuomo, CNN producer, charged with luring girls for sexual training. Did you hear about this, G-Webs?
I go out of my way to not hear about things like this if I can help it.
Well, I'll move on, but suffice to say that CNN has 2 pedophile producers who have been caught so far working for them currently. Well, I guess they both just got fired, so they're not working currently, but...
I feel it here in New York City. By the way, I'm from Philadelphia, so it's not like I live in a rural area. But I feel it in every block that I walk in New York City. But if I were in the middle part of the country with you, I don't think we'd see masks. I don't think we'd be showing our vax cards anywhere. So I come back to that point where unless everybody's on the same page in the country, we're kind of screwed.
And you know how you get on the same page? People have to lead. So, look, I believe with enough leadership, enough mandates, we're going to get a hell of a lot more people vaccinated. The more people vaccinated, the more we actually make the transition to a time when COVID is in the background, not the foreground. And we know these mandates work, and we know people respond. Look, human beings are pretty predictable. If you say your paycheck depends on it, or your ability to enjoy life and go do the things you want to do, people will make the practical decision overwhelmingly, and they'll go get vaccinated. But we aren't pushing hard enough. We got to go fund.
So if you push people harder and you put their balls in a vice and hold their kids' food and future above them like the sword of Damocles, then you can get them to go along with something that they otherwise wouldn't agree with.
This is the guy that's really the mayor of New York City?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, not anymore, right? He's gone now, right?
No.
No, this is the guy who got
That's
replaced.
the governor. The governor's gone. Because it was Cuomo was the governor.
Wait, well, there was
the governor got taken down.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the city, but okay, whatever. Why did they fucking name their city the same as a damn state, idiots?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you live in Arizona? Yeah, except that in Arizona, it sucks because Arizona is bad about Arizona. We don't have...
Yeah, it's Eric Adams. Eric Adams is elected mayor of New York City. There was just an election. I just think he's not... Like, Bill de Blasio is on his way out.
But he's still mayor, though, currently.
I think at the moment he is, yes. But there's a new guy coming in whenever they do their changeover, which is, in January sometime?
I don't know what it's like where y'all are at, but in Tucson, like, there ain't even signs or nothing. Sometimes on the ground, there's those things that say, like, stand 6 feet away from each other because nobody felt like scraping them off the ground. But there ain't signs on doors or anywhere on any kind of stores. Maybe the post office still has bullshit up, but I haven't been anywhere where they have that. And then maybe with this whole bullshit hype in the last minute or two, like a couple of more old people started putting masks back on, but nobody's really paying any attention to any of that stuff in Arizona.
Same.
Well, I did want to play this video too. If at any time you have any comment that you would like to make, just tell me to pause it and I will, and we can talk about whatever subject it is, but we'll go through this.
Powerful pedos in media and in our government? No, that's just a conspiracy theory.
Fucking song.
Wait a minute, CNN fired...
If we talk over it, then it won't copyright you, right? Hear this song or something?
I can just do this really loud and you can't hear the song, I promise. You won't be able to hear the song at all, okay? I'll just do that, okay? Okay, song's on.
Okay.
Project Veritas exposes another CNN producer for fantasizing about sex acts with his fiance's minor daughter.
I love that
This is so fucked up. By the way,
This is so fucked up.
We listened to this. We watched this little. It's like a 2-minute clip the other night. It is so fucked up. And this is a dude who. Oh my god. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
He is getting hot. I want to taste how wet she makes him. And he's talking about who? His stepdaughter, who's 14 years old.
Oh, and in case you missed it, BuzzFeed came out with a bombshell that secret CIA files say staffers committed sex crimes involving children, and nearly all of them were never prosecuted.
There you go. CIA staffers committed multiple sex acts with children. They were known to have done it by the CIA, and none of them were ever prosecuted. Seems a little odd.
Meanwhile, FBI agents had sex with prostitutes overseas, then denied it in lie detector tests, according to the New York Post. And all
That I don't have as much of a problem with, as long as they use their own money and not like a government credit card. Yeah.
all this
What?
was really
Yeah, as long as they're not underage prostitutes. I don't give a
Yeah, like if you have,
Underage. Okay.
yeah, they were just prostitutes. They weren't underage.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't give a fuck.
Maxwell has been on trial for sex trafficking charges, asking a judge to keep witnesses anonymous. A request denied. Bringing you what's ignored, sensationalized, unbalanced, misleading, or just plain false, here's your media malfeasance for the week. The FDA doesn't have time to release its Pfizer safety study docs, but it does have time to intercept mail. It only took the FDA 108 days to review the data to license Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine, but they asked a judge to allow them at least 75 years to release it before you can take a peek.
Dude, isn't that fucked up? Like, why is that the case? Why is that accepted that that's what they're able to do? To take 75 years to fully release the Pfizer vaccine data?
I'm so sick of explaining things to people that don't understand science. Here's the deal. They had to rush it, so it's going to take longer to explain it. It's no big deal. It's just science, man. Why do you have to question it? Trump. Did I mention Trump?
Yeah, that's true. Trump definitely had something to do with it. Thanks for that, G.
But yet, they have time for this.
You got mail.
Aaron Siri says the FDA is working with the post office to hold packages containing what the media likes to call the horse dewormer.
When I get up for breakfast, there's no oats in the bin.
Check out this letter. It's a directive to detain and destroy the medication. At worst, it doesn't do anything to help. There's no true track record of the drug killing anyone when taken in the right dose, as prescribed by a doctor. But at best, it can save lives. There's been at least 30 randomized control trials showing its promise. Yet the FDA has time to interfere in personal health choices.
That's true. How is the FDA able to go to the USPS and intercept mail? And moreover, like, what if you had a horse that needed to be dewormed and you were buying that shit for your horse? And now you can't get, now your horse dies because of the FDA. I don't know.
Meanwhile, no one wants to talk about this. Of the countries with the lowest COVID death rates are 26 countries located in the continent with the worst healthcare system in the world, Africa. How can this be? Perhaps it's just a coincidence that most African countries allow the use of inexpensive and non-patentable HCQ and ivermectin for early treatment. And they've avoided the jab. And why is it that some countries have avoided the jab? Well, according to Reuters, many of the vax manufacturers have required that countries indemnify them for any adverse events anyone might suffer from the vaccines. If they're so safe, why is it that they're so intent on making sure they are liability-free as they make billions of dollars?
That's true. Did you know that if you have some sort of an adverse reaction that's bad, let's say, like you have like actual real long-lasting medical problems, can you sue Pfizer? Can you sue like any of the people who make the shit?
No, because that's part of that whole emergency whatever act thing. Because it's under emergency, and so you can't sue because this is still technically a experimental vaccine.
Right, it's an experimental vaccine that's only available through emergency use because at the time that it was rolled out, there was no therapeutics that would work And because of the lack of any other treatment, it was given emergency use authorization, which is another reason why they stifled the therapeutics that showed promise, like ivermectin.
Well, you can't because it's the kind of thing, if I'm understanding you, that if they have a therapeutic thing option, then they can no longer hide behind the emergency situation.
Correct.
Oh, it's interesting. But what did you say about making record profits? Who?
And having no liability? Who?
Interesting.
That's weird.
Speaking of money, while we all suffer pain at the pump and paying more for groceries and just about everything else, media continues to play PR for the administration and either deny or downplay inflation. The truth? Inflation spiked nearly 7% in November on a year-over-year basis, the fastest rate in more than 40 years, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, CNN pointed this out.
This is something we have not seen in modern times, numbers like this. If you look at a line chart of inflation, and you can see this is the worst in years.
And then the spin, saying it's a sign of a really strong economy.
This is a sign of a really strong economy, guys. People are rushing out all at the same time to buy the stuff they want.
Because they were literally saying, like, yeah, inflation's really bad right now, so spend all of your money as soon as you get it so that you can get the most for your money. And it's really not bad for you if you don't have money. It hurts the people who have a lot of money more than you. Like, that's what they're arguing, dude. Isn't that the fucking dumbest argument? Like, think about this. Like, you're barely making rent, and now your gas costs $1 more a gallon, and your fucking trip to the grocery store went up 30%. How's your rent doing now?
Quit being a dumbass. If you got a bunch of extra money and you put it in the bank, who's got the money? The bank. And they make all the money. So don't keep any money. You don't even want money. Why do you want property?
Yeah, seriously. You will own nothing, and you will be happy.
Put it this way. Inflation is hitting people hard, but some workers are seeing higher wages. Failing to mention the obvious that inflation is canceling out any increase workers might have seen, hitting them a lot harder than the average raise. The AP says inflation is painfully high, but says, wait, some relief might be coming. Inflation is painfully high, but this hopefully is close to as bad as it gets.
I feel like they're forecasting what's coming, right? Hopefully, this is close to as bad as it gets. Like,
well, the last time, I don't know enough. I mean, this is about other things. I think this is just a portion of this about the inflation or whatever. But we all live. Well, some of us old enough lived through inflation when we were younger, and that had more outside sources than this one. So if they're the ones that are putting the squeeze on to create the situation, then they would be able to say that this is close to as bad as it gets. As soon as you submit, we'll let go. It's that kind of situation.
Well, they're incentivized to make whatever's going on seem as normal as possible, because the people that pay the mainstream media like CNN and others are the ones that are profiting from shit like this, like Pfizer.
Well, if gas is $2 and you want to make it $3, if you just go from 2 to 3, everybody's going to gripe. But if you make it 2 to 4 or 5 and then drop it to 3, everybody's like, "Oh, thank you."
That's true. I don't know. I just feel like I think that we are heading for hyperinflation. Like the way that things have been
we're
going.
already there.
Well, like hyperinflation, like we're at the fucking beginning of the curve, if that's true, right? Like it goes parabolic, it goes straight up, which means the value goes straight fucking down, and you're gonna have to go with a barrel full of money to the grocery store to buy a loaf of bread. I mean, hopefully it's not that bad, but with the way that they're talking and the Great Reset and you'll own nothing and you'll be happy and all this other stuff that's been going on for the past 2 years now that they've been talking about, they're going to phase the dollar out. They have to. They need to replace it with some other alternative form of currency that's probably going to be digital, that's going to be linked to you with a social credit score based upon the decisions and things that you participate in and the things that you do. Well, you'll get money or you won't, or they'll cancel your fucking shit altogether. And they'll make you starve on the streets if you don't go along with their program. And I think that's what the ultimate goal of all of this was to get everybody on board with a system that doesn't have paper money or any kind of like normal transaction that we're used to, where you like scan a fucking chip in your wrist or whatever, you know. That way it can't be copied, and they, you know, they have you pinned down and they know where you are at all times. I mean, they already know that shit. They already know everyone that you know and everyone that you talk to, and if you're a danger or not, and how much of a danger you are if you are one, and what they're going to do about you eventually if you are. They already have all this shit planned out. I digress.
It's news to say what is being hoped for. But wait, Bloomberg has a solution. How to cope with rising inflation? Just spend your paycheck right away. And Twitter is actually now admitting it will ban you for telling the truth if they don't like the truth you're spreading. Even though the CDC, WHO, and Fauci himself have said vaccinated people can still contract and spread COVID-19.
It is clear.
And how do you get away with all this stuff? You make everybody feel like they're on their own, like they're the only one sitting on an island of despair, and you don't understand why there's no one else on the island with you, because you can't talk about these things openly. You can't meet in public. You can't go to a restaurant and be at a party, or, you know, go to an event together. So the only interaction that you get with most people is online, and that's been heavily censored and continues to be more heavily censored, to the point where the things that you want to talk about will be too taboo, too faux pas, too whatever to be able to even be mentioned. So you feel like you're all alone, so you don't fight, and they win.
That they are capable of transmitting the infection to uninfected individuals.
If you say that, you can be banned. And you know those fact checkers on Facebook? In a court hearing, Facebook says what many of us have already caught on to. Its fact checks are merely opinion assertions.
There you go. And like the fact checks that my brother got on me about this stuff on Facebook, because I was like, this fact check is bullshit. And he's like, oh, those pesky fact checks are getting you. Well, it turns out that they are bullshit, that they're false and defamatory, and they're contrary to the actual information that's out there, and they are opinion. They're putting out their opinion about what you should think and convincing mass amounts of people that that's what they should think. This is why we're never going to win an election again, in my opinion. We're too far outnumbered by low information people who don't think that they're low information, because they read the headlines and don't actually know the fucking the material, right? And so they walk around like, I don't know, righteously indignant about their position and everyone else who disagrees with them, to the point where you dehumanize the other. You take the other side of the equation who disagrees with you, and you dehumanize them to the point where you don't mind withholding medical care for these people because they're obviously deviants. Like, that's where we're at as a country right now. Fuck you, Daniel.
He forgot the vodka, though. That's...
Well, you show me a video of jet fuel melting steel into liquid, and I'll take a shot of vodka. I don't know.
And another headline on repeat this week: U.S. reaches 800,000 COVID-19 deaths. The subheadline: the U.S. death toll from COVID-19 is roughly equivalent to how many Americans die each year from heart disease or stroke. We're about 2 years in dealing with COVID. So we're dealing with basically half the deaths, but 10 times the hysteria. Never mind, these articles never factor in the complexity of the whole situation. How many of the death count died with COVID rather than from? How many didn't have access to early treatment? Also from WBNS.
Dude, that's a really good point, though, too. Like, going back to how they were counting all of the COVID deaths in the United States, going back to the beginning of the pandemic, they were directly incentivized as hospitals in like the mortuary or whatever to test people for COVID. And even if you died on a motorcycle accident, I know we've said this as an example, but if that's true, like, how many people had like hypertension and died of a aneurysm but had COVID or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be 50 of those for every motorcycle story you hear about.
Columbus, not enough voter fraud cases in disputed states to change 2020 election, AP says. Oh, so before there was no voter fraud.
There is not fraud in our mail-in ballot system. I cannot say that enough.
And now they're saying there wasn't enough. AP uses the word analysis, but didn't mention looking into any of the canvassing, any of the forensic audit findings, or any of the concerns about voting rules changed to accommodate a record number of mail-in ballots or votes counted well after Election Day.
And another reason why we'll never win an election again in this country. Not only are we outnumbered by idiots who are propagandized into thinking that they are righteously indignant and better than everybody else and know better, even though they don't, we also have a system in which they can flood the ballot box with as many votes as they want for whoever they want, if they wanted to. I'm not saying that they're going to. I'm not saying that that's what they're planning on doing, but it sure seems like a system ripe for fucking conquest and yeah, seriously, dude. Like, think about it. We're not gonna... Voting almost doesn't matter anymore, I don't think. Prove me wrong. I mean, I hope I'm wrong about this. But I don't think any election moving forward, there's even going to be a chance of Republicans taking control. But we'll see next year, man. We'll see fucking next year. Because if there is a chance, that's the best chance that we're going to have, is right now when people are so upset about what's been happening in this country. And especially if they start implementing fucking vaccine mandates and everything across the nation. Like, how many people are going to be pissed off about that? How bad are things going to get? Like, what if the truckers stop going? We were talking about that before the chat, right? Like, they start putting mandates on truckers. 40%, 50%, 60% of the truckers say, fuck you. What's going to happen to this country? How much food does the average household have?
Not near enough.
We don't have that many truckers right now anyway. So
I know.
Well, we're short on truckers.
So a bunch of them aren't, they were born somewhere else and learned to drive somewhere else.
Yeah, and then we have that situation like we were talking about the guy on I-70 in Colorado who didn't take the emergency truck ramp because he lost his brakes coming down the hill and killed like 5 people in his truck and then got 110 years in prison for it. He was just sentenced like this week or whatever. Which I don't know, man. Like,
what are we watching? Is this like a news channel or something?
Program? Some BitChute video thing that I like to watch to get different information.
But I mean, is it like that's like they do professionally? Is make these videos?
Yeah,
make news videos.
Great. I don't know. I like BitChute, to be honest, because there's not all of the fucking censorship there. You can pretty much
that's like YouTube. It's like a gun streamer, basically, if I remember right. It's like a video hosting platform.
Yeah, it is. They're different than YouTube. You can't do live streaming. There's no super chats. There's nothing like that. But I think it's a good place to at least post backups to your videos. And I really need to start doing that. It's kind of a pain in the butt. They need to work on their system of how they do it to make it easier to do. But yeah. Oh, we got smash and grab and hitting Austin. Oh, fuck you. I don't want the volume. This wasn't in Austin. This was in California. Dude, and the crime rate's going nuts right now. Like, if you look at reported crime as a percentage is down because there's not as many police and there's not all the reports that should happen that traditionally would, so the crime isn't getting counted the same, first of all. But even with the counting being less than it used to be, and with hospitals and like triage and being able to help people with bullet holes, the death numbers are still slightly down from like the height of the 90s or whatever it was, like 93, 94 when it was really bad. But dude, it's going nuts. Like, Denver is a scary place in certain areas these days.
So are these flash mobs where they're like, somebody goes, hey, we're going to steal everything from this store at 7 p.m. Or is it like the cartels are telling all their people, go to here at 7 p.m. and just take care of business?
I don't know I don't know who's organizing it, to be honest. It could be the cartels. It could be just like a bunch of kids from a neighborhood who have 20 cars between them and they just gather everybody up and go. But yeah, when 50 people walk into a JC Penney and fucking steal $200 worth of shit each, you know, it's a lot of money that JC Penney just lost. And not that I give a fuck about JC Penney, but you start doing that at JC Penney's or Albertsons or whatever store it is, guess what stores you're not going to have in your neighborhood anymore? You know, like when you need to go buy groceries or you want to buy like a new jacket or whatever.
Well, when your grandma's over there buying the T-shirt or whatever grandmas buy at J.C. Penney's, and then a bunch of fuckers come in to buy or grab TVs, and then grandma gets hurt. That's when it sucks.
Yeah, knock her over or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of like racial tension going on right now. Like lots of that going on.
Well, I need that. I got to create that. So when they have a bunch of things on the news where they're like, oh, you can go into like any CVS pharmacy and get a garbage bag off the shelf and just start filling it with everything you want and then walk out, make sure that you didn't get over $1,000 or whatever. Like, you know, they're doing those kind of things. Wouldn't the next logical step be like, oh, why don't we all do that at the same time? Like, why don't we, you know, take our gang level activity or whatever, gang activity to the next level? And that's the initiation for all the new kids is they got to go do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this happening in Dallas? Is this happening where everybody in the store is like, no?
I don't think it's happening in Texas. It's happening in California. It's happening in Colorado. It's happening in Oregon. It's happening in places where they basically decriminalize stealing $900 or $200 or whatever, you know?
Each, right? Yeah. And it's not, I guess, Colorado, Denver, not Colorado, like outside of Dragon Man's.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it is Denver that implemented that. So I think it's $400 or $500 in Denver that you can steal now without the cops doing anything. So you can just walk into like any gas station and steal everything that you want because that's going to be less than $500. Walk out, get in your car, drive off. They call the police. They've got your fucking license plate number and everything. And the police say, sorry about your luck.
What about the balls?
Sorry about your balls, too.
Making sure.
I don't know, man. Shit is getting crazy, though. Well, we've been going for almost 2 hours now.
Is Matt still in here?
Oh, I'm here.
So did you guys watch Spider-Man or what?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I did.
Spider-Man.
So what's your deal? Are you talking about it yet or are you waiting?
I mean, well, nobody else has seen it yet. So, like...
Oh, okay. No worries. Then there's no need. There's too many
like,
things
me and
to
Angry
play.
were the only ones that saw it. I went
Okay,
and saw it
I
today.
don't
I'm
know.
going to see it again tomorrow.
I don't know what's to be said, so I won't say nothing. I don't know what people know, so I won't say nothing.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I was just watching it a second time when I saw the email.
Yeah, I fucking loved it.
Here's my thing. I still like Spider-Verse more, but it's okay. It might be my second.
You're the third person to say that's your second favorite.
Well, I'm not saying it is. I have to watch it again. I got a woke vibe off of it, but everybody that's watched it likes it too much, so I'm gonna have to watch it again because I didn't watch it real hard.
What? I mean, from what? Maybe I missed something.
The woke vibe?
Yeah.
Without spoiling nothing, let me think. The first woke vibe I got, trying to remember now. It's right at the beginning when he goes, "Oh, I'm still poor," and I was like, I guess that's Spider-Man, but
well, yeah,
I mean, like, yeah, I would not say that. You don't have to, whatever. So that was just like, whatever. It's petty. It's like I'm saying, it's not a big thing. It's not like, oh, the movie sucks because of it or anything. So I'm watching it again to make sure that I give it more attention or whatever, basically.
Now, I will say, I think, because I've seen the version you've watched, and it is lacking a lot. That is not a very good version.
Oh, yeah, I'm missing a ton. I'm not seeing everything. I know that.
Why do I care about the princess and the prince? It's fucking stupid. All right, well, we've been going 2 hours now, which is a little bit longer than we normally go for the Gay Frog Chat, but I do appreciate everybody out there for showing your support and being here tonight. Everyone in the chat, as always, love your faces. But, you know, I feel like Halo's calling my name. So So we're gonna go ahead and shut this down. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night for the Free for All chat, Guns and Geeks podcast. What do you call it anymore?
Free for all. Yeah. It's the Guns and Geeks Free for All podcast.
That's all the things. So we'll
It's
see.
it has all the things.
We'll see you for all the things tomorrow. Peace out, guys. Have a good night.
Later.
Oh shit, he really left.
And we're still live.
I hate it when I hit the wrong button.
Like, I'm leaving.
All right.
I don't care even if I shut it off.
All right, this time for real. Peace out, guys.